Let me know when you're ready. I guess it's now winter, spring, or how are things progressing? I mean, from your perspective for the baseball team.
You know, it's funny that we're in week 3 of inter squads, and you know, when the pitchers get out there for the third time, I think they gain a little bit more zip on their fastball. You know, the stuff is a little bit quicker. Usually, the second time they're working through some you know, soreness, but you know, we're going to be missing a week that we've normally had before. So that's going to be a little bit of a challenge for us. We just have to work our way around that. You know, the weather hasn't cooperated with us, but it hasn't cooperated with anybody maybe in the eastern half of the United States. So, you know, it's just something we've had to work around, but our kids have responded. We've had some really neat things happen. For the most part, I think we've defended pretty well. Our catches have really come along, and I think we're really starting to hone in on some situational baseball, especially on the mound.
Are the pitchers ahead of the hitters ahead of the pitchers? Are they on the same level?
Yeah, I think they're about the same. You know, our hitters have had great work inside, you know, especially against the breaking ball, which is something we work really hard on. And I think we're a little bit behind as I think defense suffers a little bit in cold weather because, you know, the inactive defensive player is dealing with, you know, cold fingers, cold feet, and the whole thing. But, again, for the most part, I think we've been pretty solid in that area. And, you know, I think we're right where we need to be. Yeah.
Is there something when you try to tell your pitchers to work a little faster? Because in February it's still going to kind of be cold to get those defenders, or do you say not worry about it and the defenders just need to focus, or how do you deal with that?
Yeah, you know, everybody's different. Some guys are much more comfortable working at a faster pace. Some guys aren't. You like the faster pace, but you know, the minute you get into a hurry, especially with runners on base, you don't control the running game the way you want to, and things of that nature. So. We have a saying in our program, we have a different prescription for every guy. So certainly some guys will work faster than others. But yeah, defenses do like it when a guy works fast, especially in colder weather, for sure.
Third time around, like you said, is there some people who stood out in your mind so far that maybe haven't, or anyone just in general who stood out for you?
I think Brandon Woodruff obviously is pitched well. You know, I thought Cox went out today and threw the ball very, very well. The ball came out of his hands. I thought Benny pitched well. You know, he had a lot of small misses that hurt him a little bit, but yeah, I thought he handled things pretty well. John Mark Shelley went out today. He was 93, 94 miles an hour, pitched really well with his slider. So, yeah, I think this is an exciting weekend for us because it's the last dress rehearsal, and, you know, we'll see what our, you know, other guys do on Saturday and Sunday. But, yeah, it's good to see those arms turn around because, you know, that's kind of our hallmark. That's what we're really going to depend on our pitching staff to you know, get into some deep innings, into some ball games.
Any setbacks for Woodruff, Bracewell, or Mitchell?
No, I think Mitchell, his last time out, pitched very, very well. I think, you know, again, Woody just keeps getting better every time out. We're excited about him. You know, he's really matured and has so much game savvy now. And I'm really excited to see what he can do against somebody else because he's pitched pretty well against our hitters.
Just overall picture, a lot of the rankings are coming out now. SEC and ACC look packed. You obviously played at Virginia in the College World Series. You saw all those guys there too. What's kind of the SEC looking like going into this season for you?
You know, I don't want to give you the boring answer. I don't want to give you the cliche answer, but man, we're just really concerned about weekend number one. That seems like 100 years away from us right now. Everybody's good in our league. There's no doubt. I think Alabama's got a great club. You know, everybody's going to be dramatically better than they were last year. You know, LSU will reload. I think A&M is going to have a great club coming back. You know, Vanderbilt's going to be really. I think everybody in our league is so good that it's hard to really separate the weekends. Everybody has kind of a different spice or flavor to them, but everybody's so good that it's really, really difficult. I think, but you mentioned Virginia before. I think with all they have coming back, they're going to be one of the premier clubs in the country. You know, having played against Oregon State twice, seeing what they have coming back, they're going to be really, really good. But, you know, you don't play those guys. You know, you're going to be very, you know, you hope to play those guys later on, but in our own league and even our non-conference is very, very challenging.
In a week away, you'll be starting. What's the final preparations like for you? What are you looking forward to, like maybe cross those T's and dot those I's?
Well, it's most of, you know, signal type stuff, communication stuff. I think we're going to have a really nice base of strength and conditioning. Coach Brian Neal just does an amazing job for us. But certainly that's the primary issue because that's where injuries come into play. When you're not in very good condition, and again, not having that fourth week of conditioning really hurts us. But I think our kids came back in really good condition, and I think that certainly helps our cause.
Thanks, John.
You got it.